Not sure if I know how to.
Says recording in progress.
Awesome. Good morning, guys. We're excited to be here. We're hoping that we have a few more jumping on. Marisa and Adrian and Janet are still over in Florida, but Marisa and Adrian are actually with her mom and Mary. They're all at Disney World, so they're having a good time. I don't know if you guys have seen pictures. So we got home late last night. Amy, you guys got home also. Did you get home last night or?
Yep, we got home last night.
Awesome, nice to be home. Okay, so we had a fun, crazy weekend. It started Friday morning, everybody running down and excited to be together. I just wanted to kind of go through and have some takeaways. And I think what would be really good after we share what's your favorite, are you gonna?
I'll be on, but I gotta jump back.
Okay, awesome, love you, bye. I'll see you on. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way, everybody.
Yes, to you too.
What's that?
To you too.
Thank you. I love this. It's all about friends. And okay, so yeah, so this weekend I would like to hear from those who were either there, Kim also, either by virtual or in person, and if they could share their favorite takeaways and what they loved about this event. But I also think what would be really important, and I liked how they did this at the end, 3 actions you chose to take, whether you haven't chose them yet. But I know we talked about it at the end. If you're on virtually or there in person, they talked about those 3 actions. And I think that would be huge if we could share that at the end. So our takeaways, our favorite things about it, what stood out to us, but also our 3 actions. And if you don't have your 3 actions yet, that might be something to kind of start thinking about, so we can all of us, whether we were there or not, can go away from this morning Zoom with 3 actions that we can start the week out and finish up our month with. So okay, and before we go in, I just wanted to talk about a few things. We have some meetings happening. Kim, you said you have one Thursday?
Yes, Thursday, 6 o'clock.
Awesome, okay. And I know, Doug, have you reached out with Mark? I don't know if Mark's on here yet. He has one in Vegas that he's gonna be connecting you with.
Yeah, I have reached out to him, but I haven't heard back from him as to where it's at and what time.
Okay, you were invited personally with your people in Vegas, so let's see if we can get that going there. And then also with up here up in the mountains, we have the Dr. Amy and Dirk Leverett are going to be driving up the mountain, and we're going to be teaching at our home on Wednesday. It's on Big Blue, so we would love to have anybody invite if they know people in the White Mountains. I know Sam and Vandy Flake maybe have some of their team coming as well. We talked about that. But Doug, you have family up here as well?
Yeah, working on that as well.
Awesome. Are you going to be able to make it up here, or are you going to? I'm going to start this Zoom so people can jump on if they'd like to.
Yeah, maybe. I've got so much going on right now.
Yes, he's still trying to feel better. He hasn't been 100%. So prayers for you to get feeling better, Doug. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm excited. We have lots going on this week. It's going to be a good, busy, fun week. Kim, do you want to start? I know you had virtual at your home. Did you have a decent turnout of people coming to support that together?
I did not.
Oh no, everybody just posed up in their pajamas and did it from their homes.
I guess, no, I had 2 that came.
That's good though. That's nice.
One day and one the next day.
Good.
So, and once we got through the technical difficulties that seems a lot of people had, I had to watch on my phone the first day. The second day, I was able to do it on my phone on my computer. So it worked. It worked because it was just 2 people. So we just sat there and looked at it together. It was awesome. My favorite thing off the top of my head, I mean, it's always, well, not always, but the Dr. Dixon part is always so valuable. And I just liked him, how he broke it down, and just, how we have that foundation, but we need to build on that in these other 2 ways, which were what? Supplementation and what was the other word?
Activation, right?
Activation, supplementation, and then was it nutrition, or what was it? The third one. I have to go and look at my notes. I have them right here. But I think
I know what it was. It was one of them was the activation with our products. The other one was vitamins and minerals, and the third one was supplementation, additional supplementation.
Yeah, additional nutrition support kind of thing. Yep.
Yeah.
And I just when I'm at these networking meetings and when I'm presenting and so forth, just, it's not that we don't need supplements, we don't need other help, but that foundation is everything. And then we're just adding the extra good things that we need.
I like how Frankie was, if you don't do this, you will die.
Yes. Yes.
So it's important that we have those in our body. And so, sorry, I just want to add to that.
That's my biggest 3 actions I've chosen to take. Well, I had chosen before we went to before we had our Lead Academy, I had chosen to do a meeting a month. So I'm definitely doing that. And I am, everything comes to me with ease and flow, and people need my message, and I'm excited about inviting today. So I'm excited about inviting every month, but especially excited about coming to my home and just seeing this in person. My third one, I don't know what my third one is. Maybe you all will inspire me for my third one and more. Thanks for letting me share.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate that. And thank you for opening your home up to those. Sorry that we didn't have a bigger turnout, but I think that's okay. It's how it's what needed to happen, correct?
It was great. Yeah, it was great.
Awesome. Okay. Doug, can we pick on you? Are you still available? Did we get to see you this morning?
Oh, you haven't seen me yet, huh?
Oh, there you are. Yay.
On my way to Dr. Brimhall's, actually.
Awesome. He'll take good care of you.
Yeah, so the one thing that I think the biggest takeaway that I got was on Saturday, as I listened to Jason Kokinzi speak about working his business, on social media. And that's something that I really need to learn and take more advantage of, because everything I've done, which has been effective, but I just feel like there's a lot more people that I can reach utilizing those tools. So as I was listening to that on Saturday morning, that's probably what hit me hardest.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked what they were saying. What we were talking about is social media is a great place to gain trust, to build your brand, to have people feel they can come to you, but then completely take it offline and have those relationships offline. But they just build a trust and they know who you are and they get to see what you do and what you're about, which is really powerful there. So thank you, Doug. What are your 3 actions? Which he's in action all the time too.
Yeah. I think the 3 actions I would say would be to learn to present. That's my next goal as soon as I get through this next couple of weeks of craziness. And then to set up a social media site or figure that whole thing out, and then finish my my branding logo and all the fun stuff that I've got sitting in the background. So
Fabulous. Thank you.
that's what I'm working on.
Awesome. I'm excited to see what you have up your sleeves. Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Doug. How was it from virtual? Kim and Doug, how was it from the virtual perspective? Could you guys feel the excitement and the love over on that side of it?
I mean, mine was, I didn't have any break in service or anything like that. So that was good. And I would have liked to have seen more of the crowd, but that was okay. I did see you guys actually when Mark Shinsato was out there. I saw you and Lauren and Adrian. That was
awesome.
Fun.
That was fun. I wasn't looking. I was looking at Mark, so I don't know.
Yeah,
awesome.
no, yeah. You and Lauren had turned around and we were watching Mark pick on that military guy.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's always better in person, obviously, but it was very well done. It was very well done.
And we couldn't engage with you guys. Actually, that was really sad. Usually I felt like I wanted to engage, but we had no phone service in there. Absolutely no phone service. So you had to like walk out and into the parking lot to get any service. So if you didn't hear from us, that wasn't because we weren't loving you guys, because I was wanting to send pictures and videos, and I can now that I'm home and have good service. But I mean, it was like blocked. I don't know if other people experienced that, but yeah. So thank you. Janet, how much time do we have? About 15 minutes. So Janet, I think it would be fun to jump to you next. Everyone was cheering her on because she came from Canada all by herself. She flew, she rented a car, and just, she didn't let anything stop her. We got to spend time and get to know her, enjoy a dinner with her, and she saved us from walking amongst the swamps. So we were grateful for her.
It was an awesome week out here. I head home today. So a big part of my, I have lots that I wrote down and takeaways and stuff like that, but a couple of the ahas, I'm not in the box. I'm on the top of it dancing. That was one of the things I just loved. And yes, we have to be on top of the box dancing. Lift from where you stand, move forward and keep lifting. Don't never give up. Manifest the ready, willing, and able, and they will come to you. Who are your angels? And we got to, I know who my angels are, and I hope to be an angel to many myself. One of my biggest things that happened while I was there was going up to people and meeting, some of the people on the white couches. That was very powerful. And Seth Mulder, I got to sit with him and his wife, and we had quite an amazing conversation, a very powerful conversation. And he and I both got very teary as we talked. And he said, he's done a lot of Deb Erickson stuff, which was really cool. But he said, own who you are. And something about, I said, I am enough. And he goes, Janet is enough. He goes, and always say your name with that. You are enough, but Janet is enough. And the powerful conversations with Rye Fry and meeting Steve Feist, in person. I went up to him and told him who I was, and that I had come from Canada, and everybody kept asking me, how did you get out? And that was funny. But the travel was a lot easier than we think it is, and it went really well. I'll let my team know how it is getting back home. I did test negative this morning, or on Friday or whatever. So that was cool. So I'm free to go home. But virtual, I'm so grateful that we do the events virtually now for people that can't travel or just expense wise or different reasons why you can't travel and virtual is available. But truly, there is nothing better than being in person when we can be, and being with the teams that we are a part of and everything, because it's so powerful to meet the people in here and talk to each other and just interact and be together. So that was really amazing and cool. I know for the future that great things are going to happen. I know what I need to do to move forward. One of the big things for me will be to do more on social media, but get face-to-face and do home meetings. I definitely want to do that moving forward, and get people, over and talk with them and really share and just continue to share from your heart. So anyway, that's a bit of what I experienced.
Wonderful. Thank you. You're amazing. It was so fun to see you. And she was kind of the star at the end. They showed her several times in the pictures. And got to talk to her on in the microphone. So that was wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, when Mark was in the crowd, he went over to the Hawaii side, and then he left that side, and I said, "Hey, how about in Canada?" And he's like, "Canada's here." Anyway, so that was really cool to be able to be on there and just share. So again, thank you, and it was so beautiful to meet all of you, wonderful, beautiful souls. So I love you all, and thank you.
Well, thank you. We're glad to have you. That was wonderful. And I know Lauren's headed back in to teach in a few minutes. If you could give us a couple seconds and some tidbits and the actions he's going to be taking.
Hello, how's everybody doing? It's amazing, great to hear from everybody today. And the little tidbit I have is just a lot like what Janet just kind of finished with, is there's no replacing getting to in-person events and being there live. You know, I know there's no way in the world that we would be at Pro 5, going to Pro 5 Summit, if we didn't make it important to get to events. You know, we have a busy life, many things going on, and it's not always that both of us can be at everything, and we're lucky to be doing it together. So thankful for my wife and for her, you know, the posture that she has, you know, talking about LifeVantage and the leader that she's growing into. So thankful for that. But I know that comes from going to the events, and that's, you know, the elite academies, the global events, but also the, you know, LifeVantage academies, the local ones, and being part of meetings and showing up. There's, you know, virtual is great, but being live and in person, there's no replacing that. I'm just grateful to you know, things to learn, you know, follow the system. There's different levels, there's different times, you know, listening to a Blue Elam talk about the 4 different, can't even think of the right word, positions that you're in. Sometimes, you know, at first you're inviting, and then you're presenting, and then you're a mentor, and then you're a mentor of mentors. And, you know, he is obviously a mentor of mentors, being at the very top of the company, but at times he still puts on his, well, all the time he puts on his hat for phase 1 for inviting, and he puts on his hat for phase 2 as far as teaching. And then he puts on the other one, and, you know, learning all those steps. Just because you leave one and graduate to the other doesn't mean you go back to the other one. It just means you put the different hat on at different times. And we all have to grow into, you know, knowing what those are and what each of those is, and then just doing it. And so grateful for everybody to see everybody there. And yes, Janet, that walk, the ride was amazing the other night. Thank you. Appreciate that. So that's all I have.
Thank you. All right, we want to hear from, let's see, Dr. Amy Leverent, are you available?
Yep, I sure am.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Tell
I
us
thought it
what
was
you did this morning.
Yeah, no, I thought it was fantastic. I got to meet Janet for the first time. That was awesome. See Barb again. And so I love that. I absolutely love that. So my takeaway, one of the first ones was from Brian Dixon, not surprisingly. And Anna and I had this conversation, but he was talking about the default switch for NRF2, which is always in the off position. But then you take some kind of stress or some kind of toxin to eventually activate it. But there's a delay, and there's a delay of about 24 to 72 hours for any kind of activation to occur. So the NRF2 is released, it goes into the nucleus, it attaches to the DNA, the message is read, it creates a protein or an enzyme, and then it combats the stress. But he said that with Protandim, that on a molecular level, the changes are instantaneous, because it just is such a powerful activator. And then in 5 days, it can be clinically measured. So to me, that was really important. So Anna and I had this discussion about her kids, and they're starting to read sight reading, and it was within days, under 2 weeks. And we had other conversations. Natasha had a patient recently who started on it and was having joint pain. And she wrote to Natasha and said, I've been on it for 5 days now. And I don't know if it's, I don't know what, but my knee's feeling better. And so it's just really a lot of verification that's real. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, people do see results that quickly. You know, at first I wasn't quite sure, but now I'm quite sure about that. So I also like, I don't know who this woman was, the woman who was talking about boy, she had all these setbacks. She had her own dad was a doctor and was totally into supplements and all the science and everything. And she approached him and thought for sure he was going to be all over it and supportive. And he was not supportive, you know, and much of her family. And then one of her best friends, who was the distributor, who got her involved in network marketing, all of a sudden she dropped off. I mean, this woman had some fortitude, I'm telling you. So I was really, really, really inspired by her. But okay, so my takeaway, so I want to make sure everybody has a chance to talk, but I actually have a bunch of things. One, when you hear people talk, for some reason, people that you've had discussions with that you haven't followed through with, or you find a different approach that you might take, they come to my mind. And I start writing them down. I start writing down all these people that I've been kind of hanging on to, but not knowing how to win or how to approach. And they give me ideas. I'm more inspired to go meet people. I have an opportunity to learn some jujitsu. So I might join a class to do that, just to meet new people, because that's part of our problem is we work from home and we've got to make sure that we get out and find new groups of people, right? To meet and so you can get to know and introduce them. I'm motivated more for my team, so I can start finding ways to get them to open up so we can reach their people, right? To help them reach their people and their databases and that sort of thing. And more inspired to do third party, because I'm starting to see how much that's working. Like, and that was a big for her. And then the last thing is I'm edging closer to social media. And I think that what I liked was that one of the, I'm not sure if it was Melissa or maybe it was Melissa who talked about, because I don't feel super comfortable talking to people that I don't know on social media personally. I'm such a one-on-one person in person, but that's, you could use it when you meet somebody quickly in the store or something that you can't really have a long conversation, and then ask them. I think it's less threatening to ask them, hey, you on Facebook? I can send you some, we can share some things, or I have some ideas for you. And it's less threatening than say, hey, you want to come over to my house and we can talk? So I think that was a good thing to you can meet the person in person, but then you can invite them on to Facebook and continue that conversation, and they could take it or leave it, So I think that's less threatening if you don't have a deeper relationship with somebody. So that was mine.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I think we're right at 2 minutes. So thank you, Amy. That was perfect. I think that's a perfect way to end it. So I probably should share just a little bit. I did like how Blue talked about the 4 stages. I thought that was really powerful. When I first came into the company, they almost felt like it was almost like a graduation. You would invite, you would do the presentations, and then all our people above us would just kind of stay in that presentation mentoring mode. And I remember probably about a year or two after I got into the company really did a push for our leaders to go back to the beginning and hit all the phases again. So we have to invite, we have to get third parties. And I love that Carrie Dickey has been really getting involved, and she's been doing third parties, one of the top people in our company. So I think it is, I liked what you said, Amy. I think doing 3 ways. I know we got stuck for almost a year or so at Pro 4, longer than that. And it was because I was so fearful of doing 3 ways and third parties. And I don't know why that feels so scary. But once I finally put that into the flow and wrapped my brain around that, we moved to Pro 5. So getting through the phases, and I like how Lauren said it, taking the hat off and going back, and not just getting stuck in mentoring and helping our team, but going back to the different phases. I think that's important. So that's going to be, I think that's going to be what I'm going to really work on and invite for Wednesday. I'm excited for Wednesday for the Leverance coming, and also the MVP. We didn't talk about that promotion. So maybe dive into that. And if we have questions, we can discuss that next time. But I think that would be important. And one of the quotes they said, I'll say it really quickly, but what valuable company is nobody building? That's where success comes in, is when we build something that not other people are building. So LifeVantage is big and it's busy and it's exciting, but it's not everybody knows about it. So anyway, love you guys. Happy Valentine's Day. And thank you. You guys are wonderful. Big hearts.
Thank you, Anna. Nice job. Thank you.
Love you. Thank you, guys. Jump on the Carrie Dickey call. And tonight.
Great job, Anna. Love you.
Love you guys. Thank you.
We'll talk soon.
Sounds good.